Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This is BMX for the BMX Stream YouTube channel. I just got out of work, working with kids with special needs. A very, very rewarding experience and a very worthy and worthwhile experience. I would not trade it for anything. Let's see, where do I begin? These kids with special needs, they're very, very receptive. They can pick up a lot of what you say. You think they don't know what you're talking about? Well, boy, you are dead wrong. They can pick up a lot of things. So you need to definitely be very, very careful about what you say around these kids with special needs. Also, sometimes working with kids with special needs can be very physically demanding. You need to be in pretty good shape to be able to keep up with them, as well as you need to be this is a very key one, and this is very, very important. Very, very important. For those of you who are thinking about working with special needs children or special needs adults, you need a lot of patience. You need a lot of patience to be able to deal with these people, because they will push your buttons. If you need to be able to deal with that. You cannot just, say what's on your mind, because I know a lot of people, like to curse and use foul language and whatever. That's not the right way to go, because they will pick up on it so quickly and they will shoot you down quick. So you need to be very careful with what you say around them, and you need to be very patient around working with these kids with special needs. Let's see, for me personally, I find it very, very rewarding. I work with kids with special needs, and I work with them in the elementary age. So, usually 1st through 6th grade. I feel that this age range works best for me because I'm more patient around this age group and these type of children. Because I just feel like I can relate better to younger kids as opposed to older kids. Obviously a lot of you may not feel the same way as I do, but this is coming from my standpoint. Also, let's see, what else can I talk about with these kids with special needs? You need to be patient, you need to be dedicated, you need to be very dedicated to your work. Seriously, you need to be very dedicated to these kids. When you're in there with these kids, you make them your #1 priority. No other distractions, no other nothing. These kids are your #1 priority when you are there, because they need all of your attention. You can't be playing with your cell phone, checking text messages, checking emails, because I know a lot of you like to do that. So, you can't do that. You got to be very, very focused on your job. You got to be very focused on your craft. And you need to keep your mind focused and keep your mind sharp on your job. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Let's see. If you can, with kids with special needs, if you're going into a school setting, always make sure, or if you can, make sure you work with teacher aides or teachers that are very, very experienced. I'm talking about 10, 15, 20 years in the building, because you will learn so much from them as well. Especially if they've worked with the child before, you pick up stuff and they can teach you like quick. They can teach you all about these different kids, and they can, help you understand the children and what they do and how they function and what to do when they have a specific behavior. It's not easy work. It really is not easy work. One thing you got to keep in mind though is sometimes you are going to get hit. Sorry for those of you who feel, oh my gosh, I want to be in a safe job, in a safe environment. You may get that. Sometimes, depending on the functioning of the kids, you could get that. But most likely, no. If you're working in a special education setting, no. You're going to be working with either lower functioning or maybe middle. Maybe if you're lucky like I am, maybe you get into a couple of high functioning classrooms. But definitely need the patience for those. You definitely need the patience for that. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Like I said, you are going to get hit. You're most likely going to get hit, or you may get hit at these types of jobs. Obviously, the kids are not hitting you on purpose. You know, it's part of their disability if you get hit by kids. So this may be hard for a lot of you who are working with kids with special needs, but you can't take it personally. You cannot take it personally at all, because if you do, you will most likely get yourself in trouble. So do what I do, and if it happens, you know, if the kid hits you, just either A, ignore it, or B, you know, just play it off, you know? Kids don't like you overreacting, because most likely if you overreact, it'll set them off, and it'll get their behaviors worse, and, you know, you really don't want that, especially if you're going to be a new teacher aide or teacher assistant. You definitely don't want to make the children mad, and you definitely don't want to make who you're working with mad. You know, just stick your nose to the grindstone, do what you need to do, and get that, you know, get your work done, do what you have to. And you know, like I said, I've been working with kids with special needs for, now I'm going on to my 3rd or 4th year now. So I mean, I don't know fully what I'm talking about, but I have enough to tell you general guidelines and how to generally guide you working with kids with special needs. I mean, I'm not like a lot of the other people who have been in the building for 20 years, 15 years, you know, 25. Those are the people you want to be around, though. Those are the people you want to be around. You want to be around higher experienced teacher aides, because they can teach you a lot of stuff. Like I said, it depends on where you go. It depends on the disabilities that you deal with. I've had a whole wide spectrum of working with kids with disabilities. I've worked with everybody from kids having spina bifida, to muscular dystrophy, to ADHD, to autism, to you know, to all these different things. So I mean, I'll talk more about the disabilities in further videos. Like I said, you know, there's ADHD, there's autism, there's spina bifida, there's muscular dystrophy, there's a whole bunch of different disabilities that I'm gonna cover. But for now, hopefully for those of you joining the educational field, the special educational field primarily, especially myself, hopefully you guys find these tips very helpful. Again, I will be talking about more of this in depth, just giving you a little bit more of my experiences day to day. So hopefully, you know, hopefully you guys get as much enjoyment out of hearing me talk about it as I do experiencing it. So alright guys, like, comment, and subscribe to the BMX Stream YouTube channel. I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in, and until next time.